Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here. This morning we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and the morning's biggest gainers and losers. TipRanks is now offering a monthly plan for their ultimate and premium subscriptions, so if you've been considering unlocking some fantastic research tools, now is the time to do so. You can check out the link in the description down below. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are slightly in the red this morning as investors wait for the Federal Reserve to release the recent minutes from their policy meeting. Currently, Dow futures are down 0.23%, S&P 500 and NASDAQ futures both down 0.2%. Shares of fast food chain Wendy's are up in the pre-market after their largest shareholder, Triand Fund Management, said they're considering a takeover bid. In an SEC filing from late Tuesday, the Triand Fund Management advised the board of Wendy's that it intends to explore and evaluate a transaction alone or with third parties to enhance shareholder value. A potential transaction could include an acquisition, business combination, or other deal that would result in control of Wendy's. Wendy's responded in a statement saying that they will carefully review any proposals submitted by Triand Partners. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 40%. Pharmaceutical giant Pfizer said that they would make all of their patented medicines and vaccines, including their COVID-19 vaccine, available at not-for-profit prices to 1.2 billion people across 45 of the world's poorest countries. They announced the new initiative at the World Economic Forum in Davos. It's called an Accord for a Healthier World and will cover 23 medicines and vaccines, which are widely available in the US and European Union, that treat infectious diseases, certain cancers, and rare and inflammatory diseases. 5 countries have already committed to joining the accord, according to Pfizer, and the company will also work with governments to improve their health system infrastructure and resolve regulatory and procurement hurdles to help reduce the time it takes to make new medicines available in these countries. Analysts currently rate the Pfizer stock a moderate buy with an average upside of nearly 10%. Bank of New York Mellon will be paying $1.5 million to settle some ESG-related charges. The SEC has instructed them to pay the fee to settle charges that it made a series of misstatements and omissions about the environmental, social, and governance aspects of a series of mutual funds it worked with as a registered investment advisor. The SEC has named ESG investments as one of its examination priorities this year. They're planning to vote on a draft rules that would crack down on how advisors and fund companies market investment products using terms like sustainable or carbon neutral. The Bank of New York Mellon stock is currently rated a hold with an average upside of about 25%. And facing much higher fees is Anglo-Swiss commodity trading and mining major Glencore PLC. They'll be paying $1.2 billion to settle criminal probes that they've been facing for years. Glencore will pay about $700 million to the U.S. Justice Department to resolve a foreign bribery investigation, and $485 million to settle U.S. criminal and civil investigations into the manipulation of fuel oil prices. The company said it has also pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. They'll also be paying $39.6 million to settle bribery charges in Brazil. There is just 1 analyst rating from 2 months ago with no price target. Now moving over to notable earnings reports. In the pre-market this morning, we're still waiting to hear from Express, and in the after hours, we have big names like Nvidia, Snowflake, Splunk, and Williams-Sonoma. Already in the pre-market this morning, we heard from Dick's Sporting Goods. They came out with results ahead of analyst expectations, but the stock is falling after the company cut future outlook. They reported earnings per share of $2.85 versus the $2.48 expected, and revenue of $2.7 billion versus the $2.59 billion expected. but they are now forecasting same-store sales to be down 8% to 2% versus the prior expectations of being down 4% to flat. They are also expecting to earn $9.15 to $11.70 per share, lower than their prior range of $11.70 to $13.10. Analysts currently rate the stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 97%. On the other hand, last night we heard from Nordstrom, who lifted their future guidance for the second time this year. They reported a loss of 6 cents per share, slightly wider than the expected 5 cents from analysts, and revenue of $3.57 billion, ahead of the anticipated $3.29 billion. They said that their upscale shoppers are less affected by inflation than those frequenting more mainstream retailers like Target or Walmart. Analysts currently rate their stock a hold with an average upside of nearly 30%. Also raising their future forecast was Intuit, who also posted better than expected results for their recent quarter. They reported earnings of $7.65 per share, ahead of the estimates of $7.58 per share, on revenue of $5.6 billion, coming in ahead of the estimates of $5.5 billion. Their revenue grew 35% on a year-over-year basis. They currently are rated a unanimous strong buy with an average upside of 55%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by Wendy's on the news of a possible takeover bid. Trading under the ticker WEN, the stock is up nearly 9%. They're followed by Dicom under the ticker DY, up over 7%, and Ultragenyx Pharmaceutical under RARE, up 5%. Our biggest losers this morning are led by Dick's Sporting Goods following their earnings. Under the ticker DKS, the stock is down nearly 18%. They're followed by Academy Sports under ASO, down 10.5%, and Roivant Sciences under the ticker ROIV, down 6.6%. So that is going to be everything for Wednesday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. Don't forget to head over to TipRanks TV to catch our after-hours market recap with Fabio and some other great exclusive stock series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here next time.